Alan, you were right. Tell me what you saw tonight.
Well, Justin, let me back out of here a little bit and let me show you where I am. I am actually standing on 85.
Man, huge fire up under the interstate.
I'm looking, and let me tell
and the
you,
interstate has collapsed.
This is the on-ramp right here from Piedmont Road to 85.
Right.
Jason Durden is absolutely correct. When that bridge right there that fell, it extinguished the fire, but it also put the wall of fire to these firefighters that were down here on Piedmont Avenue. They backed up. I just confirmed with one of our fire officers here that no one sustained any injuries, but this was tremendous ball of fire up under this. I
never seen a fire burn that hot.
This is a business that is off of Piedmont and it's back off the road of Piedmont. They thought at first there was a truck called in as a fire, but they're not so sure, and they think it was a lot of PVC pipe up here and combustibles. But it was a lot of booming going on when I got here, and all these firefighters down here, they were actually fighting the fire right up through those pillars right there against the guardrail. When this section of the bridge fell, Jason is totally right. It exterminated it, but it pushed a big wall of flames right out here. I think I have that if they can find it back at the station. But all the firefighters on Piedmont are okay, as you can tell right there as I pan over to them.
Well, Alan, that is fabulous news. One of our senior photographers, Alan Hand, on scene, right down underneath there. And
unbelievable.
If you're just joining us here on Channel 2 Action News, we're staying on the air. World News Tonight, preempted by our breaking news coverage of this interstate fire, collapsed a section of I-85 in Midtown Atlanta. And our photographer, Alan Hand, on scene here, you're looking through his camera with us. And Alan just reporting that according to one of the firefighters there doing their work, no firefighters have sustained injuries, which is a real blessing tonight, obviously, considering the intensity of this fire, and to have a structure of that size and weight to go down while they're in there doing their work. And
wow.
Alan, we're just so pleased to hear that no firefighters.
Traffic's gonna be a nightmare.
Right, but that is incredible, that eyewitness view from Alan of sort of a wall of fire that then was pushed out because of that section of the bridge of 85 collapsing onto the ground there. So firefighters are still working. We have Channel 2's Aaron Diamond also on the ground. We want to go to him now live. And Aaron, you can tell us what you see from where you are.
Well, Jovita, we've actually made it onto the loft of a apartment building, the roof of that loft. You can see we're about a football field's length from where that section of Interstate 85 has collapsed. It looks to be about a 50-foot, maybe more section of that, and it's probably an accurate assessment that Jason Durden and some of our colleagues have reported that when that deck collapsed, it snuffed out those huge flames that you had seen earlier. Now, Brian, if you want to pan over to the left there a little bit, you can see still some very, very hot spots. We see firefighters now working to contain those. It appears as though the immediate danger from all of this is over, but it was a very, very busy, urgent, and I don't want to say chaotic, just a very busy and stressful scene for these firefighters out here earlier. Dozens and dozens and dozens of them. Now, Brian, if you want to just flip your camera around here, you can see this is I-85 heading back towards downtown. You're looking now southbound at 85.
That's unbelievable.
You can see how that all of the traffic has been turned back around, not getting anywhere, but that's how far back Interstate 85 has been shut down. Nothing even getting close to this site. If you want to take a look back here, looking northbound, as far as you can see, really all the way in as the Buford Connector approaches Sandy Marcus Boulevard, and as Interstate 85, you can see that ramp onto Georgia 400. Normally a very busy time right now, but obviously nothing getting through here. Again, back here at this collapse scene, you can see that it's smoldering. The more water they add on it, clearly the more smoke and steam we're going to see. Firefighters are still keeping everybody at a very great distance away. We can see Piedmont traffic is stopped all the way back before Lindbergh. Now, I did just get off the phone about 5 minutes ago with a source of mine inside the Georgia Department of Transportation. She told me that right now state leaders are gathering inside the GDOT traffic center down on Confederate Avenue, where state leaders are now developing a game plan. Check out how big a deal this is. These guys just pulled up. These are the fire trucks from Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. So you can see that additional resources are being called in. This fire is out, but clearly it's hot out here. These guys, are working hard, and often in these situations, they ring several alarms.
Boy,
call
traffic is
fire
going to be a
crews from
nightmare.
other stations. They
Holy
call them up to
smokes.
assist. So we now have crews here from as far away as Hartsfield-Jackson Airport coming in. So that really, again, taking another look at this deck, you can see how it just collapsed all the way through. As I was saying earlier, we know state leaders are meeting right now at the state, at the Georgia Emergency Management, as well as the Georgia Department of Transportation Traffic Center down on Confederate Avenue, working to develop a game plan as to what happens next. You've heard Jason Durden say it. Folks need to start breaking out those map books and get on their phones and try to find other ways to work, because we are told that there will be no traffic on this section of 85 in either direction anytime soon, guys. So we're live down here in Midtown. I'm Aaron Diamond, Channel 2 Action News.
Aaron, thank you for that. I want to share with you
Wow,
some
thank God I went at work. Good Lord.
Some quick research.
And I would have been right there.
So in Birmingham, Alabama, in 2002,
Wow.
we had an interstate collapse under the heat of flames. And our reporter, Liz Arts, digging up that it was closed, that section in Birmingham, for approximately 38 days. So imagine the congestion in your life if you need this part of Atlanta, if you need this part of 85.
Can't go up 400.
Without that for 38 days. Now imagine what going down Piedmont's going to be like.
Right, yeah. It's going to be a mess for a while, folks. We have our photographer. You just heard from Alan Hand. He is there working hard on the scene of this fire and this collapse of I-85, and he has Atlanta's Fire Rescue Public Information Officer Cortez Stafford standing by with him right now. Alan, you want to ask the questions?
Yes, I will. Start off telling us what happened. What did you see when you arrived here?
Well, I saw it coming up the interstate. We had heavy fire. There were reports of a vehicle fire at this location. Obviously, that was not the case, or if there was, it turned into this. We don't know right now. It's really early into the investigation of what exactly happened. What I can tell you is we had heavy fire under the bridge. That fire compromised the interstate 85 and northbound, north and southbound. When we got on scene, we realized that there was a very good danger of this bridge collapsing, and sure enough, that's exactly what happened. So our incident command immediately stopped all the traffic going on the Buford Highway connector, north and southbound, and up on 85 north and southbound. So that's where we are right now. As you can see, the bridge did collapse. We're trying to prevent our guys from going up under there because there's a possibility the rest of the bridge could collapse. It's a little early into it right now to figure out exactly where we are at this point. We do have the fire under control. What exactly was burning, we still don't know at this point, but it was a large heavy fuel up under there that caused this fire and got up into the concrete, which caused spalling into the interstate. So that's where we are right now.
And from my understanding, you're not even sure where the fire originated. It's somewhere off of Piedmont, though, right off up under the bridge, right?
That's correct. We don't know exactly what happened. It's a little too early for us to try to get into speculation as to who, what, when, and where, and why this fire occurred. Our first response in emergency and what our responsibility is to make sure that we stop this traffic that was going over this bridge, and that this fire didn't spread any further than what it was when we got here. So that's where we are right now.
Now, when I arrived here, I could see a lot of fire up under there, and I saw your teams working right there on Piedmont. And Jason Durden kind of made the analogy that the collapse of the bridge probably helped put out the fire. But I saw a wall of fire coming towards your guys. Are all your people safe?
All of our guys are okay. Once again, our command team made a decision. Once our guys were under the bridge and getting close to the bridge, they saw the concrete starting to deteriorate. They made a good command decision to pull our guys back. And sure enough, within a few seconds or a few minutes after that, a large chunk of this section fell down. And that cloud of fire that you saw was that pressure pushing all that fire out. So it may contribute to some of the fuel and the fire being knocked down. So that's where we are right now.
And let me just reiterate, you still have concerns about this bridge?
Yeah, absolutely. It's too early to say it's safe. It's obviously not safe. Had some heavy heat up under there, which caused the bridge to be compromised.
They need a pay raise.
Right now.
I heard some
that Mary Reed?
noises. What was
A serious one.
Don't know what those are. Don't know what those
Not
are.
no BS.
But once again, we have everyone safe. All our guys are accounted for. Right now, the fire is under control. We're just trying to get out some hot spots and figure out what happened here. It's probably going to be a long night.
Needless to say, you're probably going to be out here all